Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gabe. If you're new to my channel, I make a lot of track content, especially on the F80. There'll be some more GT3 track content later this month. I have one more event with the F80 before it goes in for the full weld-in cage. So yeah, it'll probably be a lot of GT3 content pretty soon here. But here I am at Buttonwillow running CW13 with club racer events. It's pretty much the VTech club, but it's an open track day, so any model can go ahead and sign up. Pretty dope ass cars out here all together. It's club racer events is basically ran by our compound, and our compound is well known out here in the track community. So very nice cars come out to play. Along with these S2Ks with some good aero and fast lap times. These ones in front of me don't have aero, but there was plenty of them out there. Next weekend I'm competing in Bimmer Challenge on the same course, so this is definitely going to help with that. My AO52s that I'm going to run for Bimmer Challenge are they got 8 heat cycles through them, so they're past their prime. But that's okay. I'm not trying to really compete for first place this year. I want to go ahead and try and get my driver skill up as much as possible, just using as much mechanical grip as possible without having to rely on aero or anything like that. So yeah, we'll see. I'm sure I'll set something quick again. I know after looking at my data that it's definitely possible to set a 53 or 54. I just need to go ahead and piece together the lap time or the lap that I need in order to do so. So it's always easier said than done. So yeah, here we go. Finally getting our first hot lap, and heading down the straight. We're running CW13. I think I've already said that. Trying to catch this S2K with the arrow on it. And then in front of that is an M2 CS Racing, that blue with the neon green livery on the back end. Very nice. There's like only a handful here in the US so far. That is supposed to be competing in the race leagues next year, and it's been already released in Germany, and in the Nürburgring they actually declared it so good that they can't even let it compete with the other race divisions. So the M2 CS Racing has its own race league in VLN, and maybe next year they'll let it compete with other cars, but that's pretty dope that it's that freaking good that they have to, they can't let it race with anything else because it just kills it. If you think about it, you got the same drivetrain as the M4, and then you have the small wheelbase of a compact car, and it's pretty nice. It's basically comparable to, obviously the engines are in different places, but the RSR 911 RSR in the GTLM class of IMSA has the smallest wheelbase of any of those cars, and uses it to his advantage. So same thing with the M2 CS Race. I'm sure that car is a handful to drive. I'm sure it's fun as hell, and it looked really badass out there. So cool to see cars like that tracking, and they also brought a couple M4 GT4s as well. So there was a lot of nice toys out there. Coming to the finish line straight, I got Kanal with me, his hands in his laps, real nice and calm and relaxed, not even flinching. So he's just chilling, running a 56.9. Up to that point, that was my PB. So trying to catch the M2 CS Race, and that's probably why I was able to get another PB after that. Usually these tires are pretty much done after about 2 or 3 hot laps, but they held in there. Little oversteer coming out of on ramp, heading down for Cotton's corners with the right-hander, hard on the brakes, turn in, no braking for the left-hander, and then the right-hander going up the hill, pop the curb. It should push you to the left, which is good, sets you up for this right-hander, and then back on throttle over the little hump. Try and cut this corner as much as possible. Try and cut this corner as much as possible, not too much here. And then bus stop. Bus stop fucking bent my wheel, man, the session before. I smacked it. I bit off too much in. I cut in too much to the left too early and bent my wheel. It's currently getting fixed right now, so it'll be ready for this weekend. I took it to the shop on the facility, and they kind of put a bunch of weights to counterbalance it. Going over Phil Hill, nice, pretty smooth through there. Flat out through the little kink. Hard on the brakes. I should have been diving more inside. This is one of the lines that I definitely need to improve on right here. Back on throttle. Punching out through the S's, and I'm not sure if this is the best way to take it. The car doesn't feel like it's unsettled through here. The MCS suspension does a great job, but I'm just not sure if that is the best way to take it through the S's. Final turn, downshift in the third, punch out. I could probably get a little more throttle on earlier. Other than that, coming across the finish line with a 56.3, and that was the PB of the day for me. Hard on the brakes at the cone, turn it in, and now I got my sights on the M2 CS Racing. Coming up to on ramp, two different lines. Felt like my line was pretty strong through there. Little wheel bounce from the the M2 CS. Coming into Cotton's corners, and bam, cutting power. I ran out of fuel. Wasn't paying attention to the gas tank. Ran out of gas, and car put me in limp mode just to be safe. It's not completely out of gas. They just cut you in the limp mode whenever fuel starves for even the slightest second. And there goes Sung going off track to the left. Apparently he made this right-hander and went off to the left and then went back to the right. And it was pretty spectacular. If you guys have any questions on this video, please leave in the comment section below. Other than that, talk to y'all later. Peace.